Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the city. I apologize for being late. I was at a wake and got here as soon as I could. And so we're about 11, 12 minutes late here to start the show, but we have a good show tonight and some guests that'll be here from the Kiwanis Club and hoping to build membership and let you know more about what the club does. And so they'll be on a little later and lots to talk about. Our phone number hasn't changed. It's easy to remember. You can call from anywhere in the world. 978-537-7760. That's the number to call. If you have somebody interesting that you think we'd like to chat with, you can give us a buzz, give us a phone number offline. We'll call them. You can watch us both on Verizon, Comcast, Leominster.tv, and so on Facebook as well, right? Did I miss anything back there at the control board? I think I got it all.
That sounds pretty good.
And if you were watching that little video from the past, that was Al Pemerini, Carl's dad, and Carl and Jack Bengrazi on the drums, and no other than Gene Koresher on the horn there, right? Can anybody play like you guys, huh? What talent? What year was that, Carl?
That was around 2006 or 7.
Was it?
Something
Okay.
Like that, yeah.
Jeez. You all look pretty good. Must have been fun playing with your dad.
It was a blast. Yep.
Did he have to counsel you at all and correct you and say, listen,
Well,
didn't quite sound right?
I used to carry all the equipment in.
No, that's
set
good.
it up. That was
That's
my
good.
job.
That's your job. So
I also had to play bass, but the hardest part was, there was no rehearsals. So
Oh, yeah.
whatever they went into, you had to know, follow his lead.
Right,
So
right.
it took some getting used to.
Well, that's it. Be prepared. Speaking of being prepared, let's head right over to the a little overcast tonight. We'll play Misty Blue. Hint, hint, back there, Misty Blue, and a little mist, but we'll take the auto tran and our aviation equipment and zoom out to no other than the Big Art Report.
Who was on the pumpkin?
Hey, did you see that on Facebook today? I shared this really cool video of a
I saw it.
drone. What'd you think of
I
that?
sent it out to all the carpenters that are living out of the state, Florida and everywhere, and they're responding back, and it's wonderful.
We had
And before I forget,
yes.
the Canavino and Shea, we had a breakfast last Saturday.
Oh, how'd it go?
was wonderful to see Terry. It was awesome.
Oh, good for you.
But you asked me about
The Shea.
The Shea. She couldn't remember what his particular job or function was. It wasn't any of the physical work because he was a handicapped individual.
Oh, okay.
And he got around on crutches.
Okay.
So I think it was an administrative, maybe the bidding process, whatever, but she wasn't sure.
Right. Hey,
It's been a lot of years.
that's good. So you had
But
fun.
it was nice, yeah.
How could
And we
anybody?
have a special announcement for
Yes,
here in North
please.
Leominster, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. For the first time, our fig tree, that the tree itself was given to me by my son-in-law's dad and him right out of Italy. 110 figs we picked off it this year.
Wow.
And it's absolutely delicious.
Unbelievable. Outstanding. There's nothing better than that, huh?
Best year for figs ever. In fact, I brought one up to my golf partner this morning, and he's an Italian. He never had one. He couldn't believe how sweet they were.
It's better than steak and lobster.
Oh, great stuff.
Just put the whole thing
That's all
in,
I
right?
got. Since we're running late, that's a good thing. We can let other people bend your ear.
What was I was going to tell you? There was something else I needed to tell you. That's all right. I'll think of it. I was just sort of commenting on something, and this is what it was. So we got a nice email from a guy today and said when he goes to work, he doesn't usually come through town, but he did this day. I don't know if he maybe he's not from town or whatever, but he used to live here, and he said that he came through town and all the flowers in town look so beautiful. We get those compliments half a dozen a day, but the best part, what he said is that I thought is, he said, people talk about Leominster in the old days and how wonderful it was. He goes, I was here for it. I've never seen it look so good. Now, you can't bring back, all the stores that were downtown, and eventually, you know what? You will, but they'll come back in a different way.
Yep.
But when First National was downtown, and then a bigger store came, people wanted to go to a little bigger store, and then when a bigger store came, they wanted the bigger store, and there were shoe stores. But I tell you, I travel to so many little towns now, and to see what they're up to and what's going well, and shoe stores are making a comeback, and just things that you're not going to get online.
No, I commented to Rita the other day. We were downtown, and I said it again. I'll say it again. Especially the big potted ones out in front of City Hall. It's just marvelous.
And cantaloupes.
It's a nice attraction. It just brings everything into the spirit of this town.
And a great team effort between the
That's
DPW,
right. That's
the
what
rec
it is.
department, the Sally, and everybody
Yep.
that works together. It's just
Yep.
been a wonderful thing. So.
That's all I got, buddy.
And the donations we take in from the public who think it's such a wonderful thing and say, look, here's a few dollars to help you out with the plan, with the
Yep.
plantings. So we're getting ready for fall now.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
We may not have a song for you tonight, but we're
That's
running a little
okay.
late.
We'll get it next week.
6:47 is the time. And thank you, Art. Good to hear from you.
Yes, sir.
We'll have to drone over your house some night and leave and steal a fig. I mean, get a fig. Wouldn't that be
I will
cool?
tell her that if she's not watching upstairs.
No, but wouldn't that be cool if you could come down with a drone, grab a fig, and bring it back here?
Yep.
Huh?
There you go.
All right. I'm all in.
Okay. See you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You're watching Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the City of Leominster. We're happy to have you here tonight. Do you have any Misty Blue back there? Because we have a tradition that when
We're
it
ready
rains
to
on
go.
Thursday
Ready.
nights, we have to play a little segment of Misty Blue.
Oh, it's been such a long time. Look like I get you off of my mind, but I can't. Just the thought of you turns my whole world misty blue. Oh, honey, just the mention of your name turns the flicker to a flame. Listen to me, good baby. I think of the things we used to do, and my whole world turns misty blue. Oh, baby, I should forget you. Heaven knows I've tried. Baby, when I say that I'm glad we're through, deep in my heart I know I've lied. I've lied. I've lied. Oh, honey, it's been such a long time. Looks like I'd get you off of my mind, but I can't. Just the thought of you, my love, my whole world turns misty blue.
So you got caught at Fort Devens, the old Devens.
Yes. Well, I tried to skirt it. I went through air.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I know.
That sort of worked.
We're back. We're live. We're just having a chat about traffic and coming in from Littleton in that 495 Route 2 area every night, that commute. It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
More and more people. At one time, there were very few cars coming from the west heading to the east from, say, Garden or Athol in that area. But now,
Right.
you get out there in the morning and then, the traffic used to sort of peel off near Kmart and see a few cars further up. Not anymore. More and more of the people are living, they're working east and living west, obviously because of the affordability part.
And they have a long commute.
Yes, they do. So Paul Bosevart and Steve Hayden are my guests, and they're teaching courses on mental health with NAMI, which is the National Association on Mental Illness. And we've come a long way with mental illness in terms of acceptance and integrating people with mental illnesses into the community, but always more work to do.
Always more.
Always.
Always more. There's been a lot of progress, particularly with things like obsession, compulsion, obsessive compulsive disorder,
Right.
and depression. But there's still just a huge need for a broader based understanding of psychosis
Right.
and major depression. So there's lots more work to do.
It's an illness. It's an
Yeah.
illness. And a lot of work to do, but I think over time I've seen much progress because of NAMI and others that have really done a lot of work. And some of the other people that were part of NAMI that, started out and were really, committed to making the changes and helping to file for legislation and getting more funding and all that. So
That's a big part of it. The advocacy part of it is
Yeah.
a big part of it.
So, on your end, teaching courses, explain a little bit about that. Who do you teach to?
The course we teach to family members who have a loved one in the family who lives with a psychiatric diagnosis. And so the course isn't for those individuals, it's for the family members to help them understand what their loved one is going through, how to be constructive. It turns out a lot of the reactions we might automatically have are not very helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
And born out of frustration and just
Right.
not knowing. Right?
And misunderstanding.
Right.
So the goal of the course, one of several goals, is to help the family members understand what's happening for their loved one and contribute successfully and constructively toward dealing with it effectively and recovery.
When the diagnosis is made that somebody's suffering from a mental illness, the family really might not have a whole knowledge about it, want to help.
When it happened at our house, we were up to here before we had any idea what was going on.
And why reinvent the wheel, so to speak? Why start with no knowledge of everything and have to self-educate yourself on everything, right?
I feel like a lot of the information that we share in this course should be common knowledge.
Right.
And then maybe in the future will be.
Right. So it's a good thing for families who are coming to terms with it at the beginning, trying to understand it all, and then you come along, and you must really be a big help to them.
We try to be. I've taken this course twice now, okay? And every time I've taken it, I've gotten so much out of it that I made the decision that I want to give back to people who are hurting with this, and where do I turn?
Right.
And so what I've done is I decided to go for training to be a teacher for this, because you have to go to NAMI Mass, and you get trained. There's a whole program for that. But this will be the first time that I'm going to teach it. But Steve is an experienced teacher, and he's going to be my mentor. But it's required that you have 2 teachers for this course, And there's a lot of things that a lot of information we're going to give to people in 12 weeks, a 12-week, 2.5 hours a day with breaks. So it's a lot of stuff to throw at people, but.
So in 12 weeks, you're teaching them what they might, if they had to learn on their own and go figure this all out on their own, could take them years.
But it would be overwhelming. Really,
Yeah.
in 12 weeks, the classes reach 2.5 hours. Kind of long. And we all leave the class pretty much in deep saturation. Almost nobody can absorb all this material. So a lot of people do what Paul did. They take it twice.
Yeah.
I took it only once before deciding I want to do more of this.
Yeah.
It was so helpful, just tremendously
There's so much
helpful.
to know.
Yeah.
Resources, right?
Yeah.
And why should everybody have to figure it out on their own?
They shouldn't.
They should.
They shouldn't.
But you know,
so-
NAMI has this course, but they also have other courses too. They have courses for people who, they call it a peer course, right? For
Yeah.
people who have a mental illness, and there are people who are trained to teach those courses. And and we have support groups, and in North Central Mass is our local affiliate, and we have 3 support groups in that area for families and for people who have a mental illness. So it's very good.
978-537-7760 is the number to call. And you can ask a question, or you can contact them directly to find out more information about this. In just less than a month,
It's
October.
next week.
Is it next week?
It starts next week.
It's coming. It's
Yeah.
Is it really?
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
So if your listeners are interested, they should get right on the phone.
All right. But October is National Mental Illness Month.
You're
correct?
right.
So that's coming up in a month.
That's right.
And that's when we do the thing over at Carter Park. We do this
Okay.
thing with NAMI.
So
NAMI.
it's a candlelight vigil
Yes.
that we do.
Sometime that Sunday, first Sunday in the month. I
That's
think we
right.
do it.
And
100% attendance, thank you.
I love it. I thank you very much.
No, I'm just
for-
saying.
for-
I wouldn't miss it.
We thank you for your support. Our affiliate thanks you for your, because it's great to have the support of the community. But
It's always a crisp fall night.
it
on that
is.
night, always.
It is.
You can count us, never warm. So always bring your coat. You can count on it.
Yes,
If
that's
you're looking
right.
for that fall, that fall with a little chill in the air and the smoke from the fireplace, that's the night. Come on out, right?
That's right.
How do people reach you if they're interested?
Okay, so we have some. Actually, there's a flyer on Leominster TV, but there's flyers all around. But how you do it is you can call or email us. My email address is it's right there at the bottom. pbois56@gmail.com, and I'm Paul, and you can talk to me. You can talk to Steve.
Yeah, we could just give Paul's
Yes.
contact.
Yeah,
and they
people can call us at our
reach Paul.
office, and then we keep this, and then we give the
Excellent.
information off.
That makes it easy.
That's great.
Diagnosis and biology of psychiatric illness,
Yeah.
medications, family problem solving, handling crisis and relapse,
Yeah.
understanding the experience of mental illness, communication skills, finding support and services within the community.
So some of it is medical. It's just medical
Yeah.
information.
But
just
that's
science.
important things. Like a week could make a difference if you
Mm-hmm.
can get them. It's like you don't have to go and start from scratch to figure this out on your own. It's not a wild goose chase, or this is.
Right.
We're going to tell you we're going to leave here with the information on this vision and potential for recovery, advocacy, all those good things in a free 12-session course starts September 12th.
Right.
For family caregivers of individuals over 17 with mental illness.
Right.
So,
Right.
what a great resource.
And if someone has a family member under 18,
Mm-hmm.
they should call anyway, because we can refer them. NAMI has other courses
Right.
for
Specifically
different
for
age
that.
groups.
Well, thank you both for what you do. I
Thank you.
hope things are working out well for you both. That things are going okay for you and your families, and it really helps when somebody's gone through that personal experience to be able to help others.
Exactly.
right?
Thank you very much.
Exactly.
So
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, and I know the commute will not be as bad going the other way
I
tonight.
hope not. Okay.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back talking with the Kiwanis Club and how to get membership. But if you have any questions at all about NAMI's course here, the 12-session course that they have, you can give my office a call, and we'll be glad to share that information. Taking a break, we'll be right back.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I've found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true.
Yeah, like rushing through traffic to get here. But I made it here. And you're watching Inside Leominster. Welcome back. Happy to see you. Thank you to the whole crew here at Leominster TV. And LTV, as they lost a letter but picked up easy way to remember us. It's LTV and Leominster.tv, and you can catch us pretty much anywhere. Streaming and Facebook through Live. We Facebook Live tonight, Comcast, Verizon, and just about everywhere else. And yes, we're live tonight, and it's Thursday night, and it was raining, and so we have to play Misty Blue, and that's tradition. Do want to thank everybody that was able to come out to our first Dining Under the Stars. We had set up for about 400 to 500, and we went well over that. And just so you know, you said, well, maybe I didn't hear much about it. Well, we had just come from another event not too long ago, just about a Kids Day, just about a week and a half ago. And so we decided to do this with the restaurants on the south section of the downtown. And so it was a lot about an experiment to see if it would work. We wanted it to work. We didn't want it to fail. But if we made it too big of an event, it involved too many people, then, and if it didn't work, then we were going to be in trouble, right? That's you got to come out of the gate looking good. So what a night, though. Had so much fun. Met so many nice people. So many people that watch the show every week. But just so many people that are, you know, are excited about Leominster and bullish on Leominster in terms of financial investment. Happy to live here, people that are moving in, and just happy, and we had just a great time. Everybody was social, just having a good time. The food was great. So the question will be, will we do it again? Absolutely. The businesses couldn't have been more helpful. I think they saw the, so we did it actually for a couple of reasons. Obviously, we're trying to, we're going to first do it on a Friday, Saturday night as a trial, but the restaurants already are busy enough on Friday, Saturday night for the most part. So that'd be kind of a hard thing to do, is to run two operations, one sort of on the street and the other one, one curbside and one inside. So what they decided is, let's try it on a Wednesday night, a little bit of an off night. We're not as busy, and we can get the staff, and let's give it a shot. We said, sure, let's try it out. But everybody cooperated. DPW, fire department, the police department did a great job. A little, we shut the streets at 5, so a little bit. We got to get better on the traffic and detours and moving people along, because it is rush hour. But that lasted for maybe 45 minutes, and then things simmered down. So we know that. Food was great. We had no trouble, not a trouble the whole night all. We were there. The family, complete families came, friends, people that haven't seen each other. And I just have to say, for me, it was the best event that we have. and a good social event. People that didn't know each other were in line, waiting for things, talking to each other. People hadn't seen each other, as I said. So it was a good night. So we'll do it again. We'll get better at it each time. We had a live band. The full Monty was there, and excellent. They must have had a 10-piece band, and they stopped for just a few minutes in between sets, but they played right from 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock. So obviously there's room to improve, but not much. I mean, other than the fact that we ran out of chairs and tables, which that's something we can take care of. What a wonderful night. And the weather was perfect. We lucked out, kicked in a breeze. And for people that said, geez, it's still a little warm for me, they went inside the restaurants where the air conditioners were, and all the restaurants had a good night. And again, we can't do it without everybody sort of cooperating. So we had a fun time. So thank you for all those involved, whether you're there, whether a business or somebody helping out in public safety or DPW or helping to clean up. At the end of the night, we had all those tables to put away and chairs. People just jumped up and helped, and got it done in no time. By a little past 10 o'clock last night, the streets were open. So will we do it again? Yes. Will we involve more people? Yes. Will there be more people there? Absolutely. So anyway, let's get on with Jessica Plant and Dennis Murphy. They're from the Kiwanis Club. And the mission is improving the lives of children and the community.
Yes.
What better way to say it? Sounds like our party last night, huh?
Yeah. The New England District is approximately around 4,000 members, 150 clubs, and there was a club here back in, I want to say 92, thereabouts, plus or minus, and we just had our 100th anniversary this past August at the Doubletree here in Leominster. And with the cooperation from the Salvation Army, we did 150 backpacks for our service project for the kids here in Leominster.
How nice. Awesome. So trying to get it going again, right? I mean, you have
Yes.
another chapter going here in Leominster, right? Are you kind of rekindling?
We're trying an organizational meeting
Yeah.
next Wednesday at 12:15 at
Okay.
Happy Jacks.
Oh,
And we're
nice.
we have about 14, 15 members who are technically or want to come out and do
Right.
it. So we're looking for more members to
Awesome.
come out. Great
So tell us
opportunity.
about what it does. I mean, there's different organizations. They're all a little bit different. They're all community based, right?
Yes.
And they all have a different sort of mission sometimes, right? I mean, they're all community, but
Yes.
so explain sort of what yours is, because that might be the exact sort of thing that somebody might be watching that says, "Now, this is exactly right up my alley."
What we basically is trying to help with kids in the community. So our main goal is their children throughout every community. So we have service projects going on throughout. Some clubs have to help the kids in the community. So our main goals is like to protect them, to have them safety. We do bike rodeos to help them. We just try to make sure that all the kids are happy and healthy
safe.
and they're safe.
Yeah.
And that will be healthy communities.
And so today I get it all the time. In fact, we've even kind of changed around our volunteer efforts where we say, look, if you can do an hour, don't worry about it. Show up for the hour. And
Exactly.
they'll be back.
Correct.
And they'll show up for, more than likely, they'll show up again and again and again and again. If you say, listen, it's a day long or half a day long, then they're like, I can't make that kind of commitment anymore, right?
Correct.
So can you explain what sort of, what do you expect from somebody that would, step up and volunteer as a member?
What we're looking for is someone who would donate some time according to their schedule. There's no longer, you have to go to every single meeting. We like people to go at least once a month and do an hour worth of service every month. And sometimes the service might be for a whole day, but we're only asking people to come in for 1 or 2 hours during that whole
Right. So you
part of the day.
swap off. You might go to a
Different shifts
fair
or
or
what have you.
something, and
Yeah.
you want to staff it, and so that way nobody's there all day, right? Because then,
Correct.
then
Then
they're
you
like,
burn-
okay,
then you burn them out.
I won't be
That-
back for that. There was a whole day I had to give up, right?
Correct.
Right.
Nice. What else can you tell us?
Well, we also do, she's talking about the bike safety rodeos. We also do car safety seats. And the Pediatric Trauma Institute of Children's Hospital in Boston, we are affiliated with them. And we also they provide kids with hospitals with safety kits. So when they go home, they can cover up all the outlets. They can have a rubber ducky that goes in the water that gives you tells you what the temperature is, so
Really,
you're not going
huh?
to burn the kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
How cool.
Yeah, so issues like that, and also we have service leadership programs. We start from elementary school, which is Builders Club.
K Kids.
K Kids. Builders Club is the middle school. Circle K is college, and our largest service-led organization in the world is Key Club, and that is for high school students.
Oh, cool.
And they elect their own officers. They elect their own lieutenant governors for their divisions. They elect their own district governor and their own international president.
Amazing. Huh?
Yes.
What a wonderful organization. So let's give some details about where you're going to be. You're going to be at Happy Jack's.
Happy Jacks at 12:15 next Wednesday.
And give the date, because the show gets on quite a few
September
times.
12th.
Good job remembering that. And so they can just come and just listen and
Yep.
learn more about it. And
Yes.
if they're interested in signing up, or you'll sign them up right away. If not, they need a little more information, or maybe they want to visit a project or
Yes.
take some more time. That's fine too, right?
Yes, we're trying to
Exactly.
get some projects
Excellent.
going.
Well, good. Even if you get a small group going, that's how it starts.
Yes.
Our
Yes,
Boys
it
and
is.
Girls Club started with 6 kids. I don't even think it was 6, right? And now it's hundreds.
It is.
Hundreds and hundreds of kids. So it all starts with one, as they say, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you for both for coming on.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you,
And
Mayor.
good luck. Let me know how you make out. Let us know how you can we can help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We are ready for a short break, and then we're going to come back and update you with a bunch of things that are happening, let you know what events are next, because there are plenty of them coming. So taking a short break. We'll be right back.
Earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear? Love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. Earth angel, the one I adore. Love you forever and evermore. I'm just a fool in love with you. I fell for you, and I knew the vision of your loveliness. I hoped and I pray that someday I'll be the vision of your happiness. Oh, earth angel, please be mine, my darling dear. Love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you.
Taking a sip of water. We're back. Good music tonight. Thank you guys for throwing that together for me. And having gotten here a little bit late, but we're in full focus here. A couple of things to talk about tonight is, I'm sure you want an update after the Dining Under the Stars. Hey, what's next? You don't have to wait too long. Next Friday night is September 14th. It's the Food Truck Festival. And right downtown, they have some great vendors, some new vendors, some of the ones that we've had. 5 to 9, the rain date is September 21st. The movie night Movie in the Park at Barrett Park is September 14th, again next week. So you can go to the Food Truck Festival and then go to Barrett Park for the movie night. That's $2. A citywide yard sale, Saturday, September 15th, 8 to 3. Johnny Appleseed Festival is on September 22nd, bigger and better than ever. And then the world-famous Cannoli Fest, Thursday, October 4th from 5 to 9. Annual Harvest Weekend, Shoalin Farms, October 6th and 7th. Excuse me. Halloween Parade, October 20th, and then it just comes, and more of the Spend the Holidays in Leominster and more events coming up. Mechanic Street, if you haven't seen the sign up at the corner of Laurel and Mechanic Street, we'll be starting the new park there very soon. International Food Festival is coming up Saturday, September 15th. Holy Family, you don't want to miss that. That grows every year, and they do a great job with it. Great food and entertainment from the beginning to the end, and the entertainment gets better as the night goes on. Leominster Farmers Market, every Saturday, 9 to 1, and more vendors. Great things down there. You want to make sure you stop down. They have every week more and more things are coming through the farmers market, and nectarines and peaches and plums and tomatoes of every kind, and carrots right out of the ground, and kale, and everything you can ever imagine. So stop down 9 to 1. They'll be happy to see you. Shoalin Farms is now officially opening. You know, when it's warm, people aren't thinking about picking apples, but this Saturday and Sunday is supposed to cool off. You know what? It's going to feel good. Take your family, get them together, call your friends, have them meet here, and tell them you can come to see our farm. Open now 9 to 5 every day, I think it is. I thought it was 10 to 5, but it says 9 to 5 here every day, so there's no confusion. So you don't have to say, well, they open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. They open Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. No, they're open every day, 9 to 5. That's what it says. Class of 66 is announcing a social gathering event, barbecue dinner, music and dance. This is for members of Leominster High School, 1964, 65, 66, and 67. It's going to be at the Eagles Hall, September 22nd. DJ Dean DiMarzio. Cost is $30 a person. If you'd like to attend, they really need you to send them a check for $30 to Shirley Reynolds. She's the event coordinator, and you can call her at 508-331-3468. So if you're from the class of 64, 65, 66, 67, and you want to show off just how good you look and how you remember everybody that you went to school with and all the fun things that you had to do, you want to come. They're waiting for you. This is going to be a fun thing. This isn't one of those stuffy kind of reunions. This is going to be a fun event with dinner, music, and dancing. It sounds like a good party to me. Don't miss it. You can call Shirley Reynolds at 508-331-3468. And we're looking for actually to hire people for fall and winter positions at the Recreation Department. Have tons of them. If you want to call 978-534-7529. Applications forms are available on the website. Go to leominster-ma.gov/recreation, or just go to Google and look up Leominster Recreation Department, and it'll bring you to the website, and we are an equal opportunity employer. Baby bookworms over at starting September 10th at the Leominster Public Library. That's Baby Bookworms, a new monthly program for babies birth to 12 months. Parents and caregivers to interact with kids through a variety of musical rhymes, action, rhythm rhymes, songs, and stories. Because baby bookworms have short attention spans, and you know, they sort of drift off, but this is stuff that they can interact with and have fun. Kiddie Music Time's coming up on September 11th. That's a Tuesday, 10 o'clock a.m. for music and movement class. Stephanie Rogers and Joe Mazzarella will be on the keyboard, and they introduce kids' classics and original music songs, percussion instruments. The kids get involved. They have fun. Coming up September 11th September 11th at 10. The other event is September 10th at 11. So much more coming up. And Power Studios presents Lego and animation. Leominster University Junior presents how to make a corner book mark and love your books. Leominster University Junior presents How to Braid Like a Princess. And so tons of stuff coming up. Check the site at leominster-ma.gov and go to the Leominster Public Library site. They have events all the way up to September. This is 2 pages of things that are happening. So you don't want to miss out on those. 10 minutes left here at Inside Leominster. Our fall paving program will start very soon. On the streets, some of them are Grove Ave, Johnson Street, Merriam Ave on a section of Benton Ray Court up by Kmart, Mill Street, Overlook Drive, Spruce Street, West Street, Whitney Street, and Willard Street. If you didn't know, we are underway with construction, New View, with construction of the renovated building that used to be Leominster High School, then Carter Junior High. That is going to be apartments. They're also looking for help for construction jobs for Section 3 residents. And all you have to do is call them up at 603-878-2300. And some people from around here have already gotten jobs with this company. It's a pretty big company. They work in New Hampshire and New England, but also Leominster, Mass. Hutter Construction have a number of projects going on around the state. So if you're looking for work, they hired some local people already. And what I understand is they have a very good benefit package, and they pay very fair to well. Calling all artists, do you need space? At gallery space for your hanging of your work, you can call Sandra at smurphy@leominster-ma.gov for more information, because that is over at the public library. Just going out the door today, I saw some of the quilts. People love these quilts, and you know, the holidays will be coming. $50, you get yourself a quilt, tax included, and it's got all the historic locations of Leominster. But even more important, the day like Saturday and Sunday, when it cools off a little bit, you get that cool day and you want to turn on the heat, break out one of these blankets, and boy, they can really warm those bones. Remember, we give cash awards for people that give us tips. Leominster Crime Stoppers, that's leominstercrimestoppers.com, and it'll tell you how to submit a tip. You can get it through texting and through phone, or you can get it through our website. So leominstercrimestoppers.com. If you're interested in starting a new business, maybe it's just a dream of yours. Maybe you want to start it off as a part-time business. Give us a call at City Hall, Leominster City Hall, 978-534-7500. Some good news is that we have a very old phone system. It is getting a update. In the meantime, while you call City Hall, you may get, I'm not sure. I called the other day and got the planning department. I called my office. But either way, we're getting a new system. Everybody will have an email. Everybody will have a phone with phone mail set up, and so we can take messages. We can reroute calls. You don't have to be in the same building to transfer people. So this is really going to be fun and helpful to the public and provide better customer service. So we're excited about that. Just need a couple of weeks. They're going to actually started on it, but it requires all new cabling. It's a voice over the internet service, so uses the internet with a 24/7 support in the event that something happens at police and fire or public safety. We can ramp ourselves out. Took a visit to the emergency management today, and I'll tell you, we have probably and I think the state has certified this when they've said it, is we have the best emergency management command center, operations center that there is in Massachusetts, and we're very proud of it. And a lot of other things go on down there besides emergency management. And so if you're interested in in volunteering to be a member of emergency management, it doesn't require months of training or months of your time. We can train you, and then when we need you, call you in, or there are other people that it's really catchy. They're down there every day asking if they can help out. So all of that is important. And, you know, if you're retired or just somebody with a little extra time, maybe the kids are grown up and you think, you know, I finally reached that point where I can help out and give back. There are so many ways to do that. It might be the Kiwanis Club. It could be another one of the fraternal organizations, the Eagles or the Elks and, you know, the Lions. Or it could be an organization like this that, you know, we can really use people's talents. And this is a perfect example. Just about 6 minutes left here at Inside Leominster. If you want to, still time for a call if you'd like to. Yes, we still, I know people keep asking me for the poll that we do every year. Yes, we're running a little bit late, only because we've had guests that said, geez, I really need to get in, but we're definitely going to get it in there. We'll be doing a number of live shows coming up this season, and at some of our live events. And so we hope that makes you happy. For the people that can't make it out to some of these events, either way, you can call us at 978-537-7760. You could call us at City Hall at 978-534-7500. We do a radio show on Monday mornings at 10 o'clock, sometimes at 9, but most of the time at 10. So you can take your radio with you and listen to us at 95.1. And again, they'll be streaming shortly. So there's all kinds of ways for us to communicate. A couple of the other projects that are happening. Good feedback from the neighbors up at Fairmont Place who are having their water lines done. They can't speak enough about the good customer service they've been getting up there from the people from the water and the city's DPW department. going way above and beyond to try to accommodate them, to make sure they can get in and out of driveways, and people having functions at their house, we try to accommodating them and get the work done as fast as we possibly can. Couple other things to talk about, just as a reminder. Coming up, we have I know people can't make every event, but Cannoli Fest and the Johnny Appleseed Festival, and coming up next week is the Food Truck Festival. We know people can't make them all, so we understand that. But if you can come by and say hello and make a brief visit to grab something to eat, or you get home and you're looking to save the night on cooking and get your family excited, please do so. We are, so I was talking a little bit about downtown and why we did this as an experiment. We hired a company to help us with sort of the next stage of downtown. And what we would like to do is to get more outdoor seating. People love to eat outside. And so this was a little bit of experience to show ourselves how much interest there is to sort of eat outside. But so we'll be looking at those areas where there are restaurants to see if we can carve out little sections to be able to add to that seating, so they could have, Mezcal has seating, but it's outdoors in the back of the building. We'd like to get that out front. Columbia building, Columbia doesn't have any outdoor seating, but we would really like to bring it out front. Last night Auntie Ellen's was there, and they did a great job, and I think got a good response. So all of that we're trying to do. We have a new restaurant opening downtown underneath where Fenwick's was. Went in today. What a super place it's going to be. Wait till that restaurant opens, Shancake's opens, and then we have all these other restaurants downtown. On Friday and Saturday nights now, we are on the south side of downtown. Parking is at capacity. People are parking on the northern section of the downtown and walking over, which really isn't that far of a walk. If you go to other cities, you've got to park in a parking garage. Anyway, by next spring, it's going to look like a different place. Downtown is really, I'm telling you, if I was a young guy today or a young lady looking to start a business, give us a buzz. We'll try to hook you up with some space. We'll try to give you all the educational resources and the hookups we can, and loans and those sorts of things. I can't say enough about it. If it's been your dream, if I was a young person in Leominster, I'd be bullish on Leominster. I'd be right out there. I'd have 4 or 5 businesses, because we've really reached that point where there is money that people have to spend in Leominster. The demographics have changed. The census has gone up. And there are a whole lot of people doing a whole lot of exciting things. And now we're getting back to the downtown, where there are things for people to come to visit, and shops, and more of them coming, and restaurants of all kinds, and dessert places. It's a wonderful thing, and people can, there's more reason for people to come downtown. Anyway, I'm out of breath. I'm out of time. Thank you to the whole crew at Inside Leominster. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. You got to show up. Good night.